Hi, welcome back to our channel. It's Elena.
Amanda.
And today we are going to be kind of like recapping and talking about the Bachelorette. So, Rachel Lindsay is amazing, and she's the first African-American Bachelorette.
About time. I followed it in the very beginning, but then I kind of stopped watching it, and I recently got back into it.
Yeah, I know that in the more recent years, too, there was a lot of people that I didn't even know watched it, and they said, oh, I just started. So I feel like this is becoming, like, a really big phenomenon, and that's why there's so many spin-off shows at this point. You know, Bachelor, Bachelorette, there's Bachelor in Paradise, there's gonna be Bachelor Winter Games, was it called?
Yeah.
I don't know so much about that one. We'll have to see. And, of course, there's, like, the Happily Ever After series.
Was this a very happily ever after?
Right, no, yeah, with Ben and Lauren. But the twins have a show now, and so that whole franchise. But today we're basically going to be going, we have a list of the people that were the boys picked for Rachel, and we're going to go through and kind of like give our opinions and who we think's going to make it, who she liked that we thought, and
there were a lot of guys.
There was 30 or 31. Oh my gosh. Like, that is a lot to choose from, and a lot left. I mean, you knocked out, like, what, like 10?
Like, we didn't even get to, like, really know most of them.
That was the problem with, when we were watching it, their names would pop up on the screen, and then all of a sudden we're like, how old were they? Where do they work? You know, what's their story? Like, it was just like a really short snippet. So some of these are not so in depth. But we shall start with Adam. He is 26, and he is the one that brought Adam Jr., the little puppet doll that freaked Rachel out.
He brought like a 4-foot tall doll.
It was kind of funny, like, there was, like, a little cut scene where, you know, there was, like, romantic music playing, and the doll's like, I just want to talk to Rachel. Like, that was kind of funny, but a little ridiculous. She did seem kind of freaked out, but she did say that she liked him, so,
the guy.
Yeah, not the doll at all. I didn't have an opinion on him, really.
Yeah, I just have written down that he brought a doll. Oh no. And funny?
Maybe.
Question mark?
Definitely some type of sense of humor.
Doll was creepy.
That's like it. That's all I really got from him, is that he had like a doll. I mean, I guess he seemed nice. He didn't seem like a bad person. So.
Yeah, I need more time.
Yeah. Next is Alex. He is 28.
He's not bad looking.
No. He had like his little
bio.
Yeah, his little bio thing at the beginning, where he was like, some people call me a meathead, but I'm also kind of a nerd. I like codes and stuff, and he's like on a computer.
He likes coding.
He like brought a vacuum. I don't know why. I didn't hear like a joke about it. He just brought a vacuum. Oh, he said he liked household items.
That was so weird.
Oh, that's so funny. So, I don't know. I wrote down that I think he's funny.
What I have written down was really nothing much either. I just had a nerd, that he's smart, and he comes in with a vacuum. What?
Yeah. That was pretty much it. I would say this episode really was pretty short with the guys.
Yeah.
That you didn't really get a feel. I mean, there was a couple people that we really got a feel for their personality, but that was about it. And the rest were kind of like a mystery.
Like, here's this person, here's this person.
Here's their name. Yeah.
Speaking of, the next person is Anthony.
Anthony.
Do you have his occupation? Do you know?
No.
We know nothing about Anthony.
I know that he's 26 years old.
He's not bad looking.
That's what we know.
Yeah. I just have a question mark because I don't know anything about him yet.
I know that there was like a very short video of them kind of having like a serious conversation when they first met, not so much like crazy or outgoing, but just more of like a how are you doing sort of thing, which I thought was nice. But that was pretty much the only thing that I saw of him until like the rose ceremony.
Okay, so the next one is Blake E.
Which he's 31 and he's a physical trainer. His little bio beforehand, he talked a lot about his dang-a-lang and about sex.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was about that, which was a little off-putting, to say the least. He actually had like this band entrance. He walked in with like a marching band, and she said she loved it. So
yeah, I mean that was kind of cool, but I have written down oh no, all about sex. Brought a marching band. That was pretty cool, but
he was one of the people that she actually met on the After the Rose, when they like brought out 4 guys and she like pre-met a couple of them. But
once he was on there, you saw a lot of him talking, and you know, his bio was off-putting for sure.
Yeah.
But he didn't seem too bad after a while.
Yeah, he didn't seem awful or
I don't know.
anything.
Next is Blake K, which we knew nothing about other than his parents have been married for 65 years, and that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And he's 29. That's
Yeah.
it. Which, he seemed nice, but he didn't really get a lot of airtime, so we don't really know a lot about him. Brady is next. He's 29, and is this the one that broke the ice?
Yeah, that's all I have written down. Breaks ice. Like literally
breaks ice.
Huge hammer breaks some ice. He's like, oh, I broke the ice.
That's funny, I guess. I mean, she laughed, but I don't know. He was just one of those that I found were kind of forgettable. That I don't really I don't really see him staying that long, I guess.
The next is Brian.
He is 37. I don't think I remember what he did for a living. He kind of got out and was saying that he was like good trouble and he was speaking Spanish to her. But I thought he was cute and he looked really nice, so.
What do you have down for him?
Literally spoke Spanish. He seemed straight up. He actually pulled her aside a little later when they were conversing, and he was like, this is what I'm here for, you know, this is what I want. So it's nice that he was straight up with her. And Rachel had said that Brian specifically stood out to her. So
I wrote for Brian, I said, here for love, makes her laugh, first kiss, damn.
He just took it upon himself to take me in his arms and kiss me, and I was not ready for it, did not want to kiss anybody tonight, but boy, did I love it.
Damn!
It was a long kiss.
it was wet.
Oh.
You could see it.
And then he got the first impression rose.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got his second kiss.
Okay, Bryce is next, and he is 30 years old, and all that I have written down is he picked her up when he met her.
That's exactly what I have written down.
Oh, really?
Picked her up. And question mark, because I don't know much about him.
We have, like, the faces printed with the names on our papers, and we could not match up who these guys were, because they look different than their pictures. So, I really don't even know who Bryce is. Except that I saw somebody pick her up,
Yeah.
and it was him.
They're like,
apparently. Yeah. So that's about it.
Next is Dean, and she met him after the final rose too, I believe.
Yeah, he said, "I want to go black and never go back."
Yeah. I have written down that, he's got jokes, lines.
He's got jokes.
She seems like she likes him,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, I guess he's an okay guy. She likes his sense of humor, so that's all that matters. Next is DeMario, and this is also somebody she met on after the final rose. And when I first saw him, we were both like, "Oh, he's so cute, he's so funny." And he just seems to kind of be coming off as like this player, and he's like super cocky, and he's just like,
well, isn't
I don't
he
know.
the one in the beginning where somebody was telling Rachel that he might have a girlfriend, or he wasn't there for the right reasons?
right,
So that's
him,
kind of off-putting.
him and Dean, I think, or was it Blake? I know it was DeMario, but there was also like
There was
Dean or
another
Blake.
one.
And the girls, when she kind of like met up with some people from last season to like talk about it, they were like, "Just to warn you, this is what we've heard," which Rachel basically said she'll take that into consideration, but she likes to judge for herself. But us judging him, not so sure.
I said, don't think so.
That's what you put.
I have a
I
question
don't
mark because we
think
didn't
so.
really know, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, next up is Diggy. He was very into shoes. He said he had like 500 pairs of shoes. He was very into like clothes and looking good, and I mean, he is attractive, but is he too superficial? Maybe.
I mean, that's how he got his nickname, was because he likes his digs, so he's Diggy.
Yeah.
But he's pretty cute.
Yeah, and I mean,
But that's
I don't
really all
know.
we know.
yeah, we haven't really got to see him too much, but so far, I mean, I think he's okay.
Right. Next is Eric, and he is 29.
All I have down is nice smile.
I put that he is dancing already with her. I thought that was kind of
was that
cute.
the one that he was dancing?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. Okay, the next one is Fred, and he's 27, and he actually went to the same school as Rachel.
She was his, I think she said, like, camp counselor, and he was like a bad kid apparently, and he was kind of scared that she would still like take that into their relationship now, but I think that she's giving him a shot, and
I do think she is still kind of hooked on that though.
but I mean,
But
he was
I
9.
like that I know. She's
Well, third
like,
grader.
that's all I can think about when I think about him. is
Yeah.
he was just this bad third grader.
But I think he seems sweet. He was kind of awkward at first, but I think that's because they did know each other, and he didn't like know if she would remember. So
yeah, which that could be awkward.
But yeah.
Next is Grant, and he's 29.
I have that he came out of an ambulance. That's it.
I have a question mark. I don't know about him.
I don't know. He was cute.
Yeah. And the next one is
Okay.
Iggy, and he is 30 years old. And another question mark from me. What did you get from
I
him?
don't have anything. Nothing. I don't expect him to stay long.
Sorry, Iggy.
That's all I have to say. They didn't show anything about him. I don't know anything about him. I saw him in like a crowd shot.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the guys. Like, that's what I saw. Next up is Jack Stone. I don't know why
Why is he the only one with
with
his
the last name. Yeah, there's no other Jacks. Okay, next is Jack.
Jack Stone.
31, and he is a lawyer as well. He kind of had like a backstory too, where his mom passed, and he wants a big family. And but that's pretty much all I got from him. I don't know that I even got like a personality with it. Just more of like his backstory. So
Yeah, I just have sad story, lost his mom.
yeah.
Next is Jamie, and he is 32, and I have a question mark for him because I don't know.
I have cocky with a question mark. I
I don't remember much of him,
I don't.
if anything, really.
I think he was talking about how he thinks he's good looking at some point.
But don't all guys
But
kind of
I-
like think they're just...
Yeah. But I think that's the only thing they showed of him, which, I mean, kind of sucks, but there's Jamie.
Next is Jedediah.
Jedediah.
Jedediah. We like to say Jedediah. He's 35, and he seems sweet.
He opened up with like a Bible verse, I think. So, that's pretty much all we know of him. And I think he was one of the people that really got interrupted a lot.
Yeah,
During
see, the nice
like talking
guys,
with her.
The nice, soft, sweet guys, they get trampled on, or they don't even get a chance.
Yeah. Next is Jonathan, 31, and his profession was literally titled Tickle Monster. And he tickled her.
It was so awkward to watch.
We were watching, we're like,
I literally wrote down,
He tickled some other guy, too, and I was like, that's so weird, going around tickling people.
I said he tickled her. Oh boy. That is just...
He seemed like he really wanted to be there, though. I mean...
Yeah, he seems playful, but maybe he doesn't know how playful to be. Not everybody likes to be tickled.
Yeah.
Like...
Especially, like, when you first meet...
Okay, so next is Josiah, and he is 28 years old.
And he is a prosecutor.
And he also had a very sad story that tugged at us.
Awful.
And then we were like, oh, go Josiah. And then now we're like,
Maybe not.
ooh, Josiah.
He, it was awful, actually. His brother committed suicide because of bullying when Josiah was 7 years old, and he was the one to kind of like find him and
He had
literally
to cut him down. At 7 years old,
Yeah.
having to cut your brother down from...
the backyard tree
Yeah.
or something. It was awful. But after he explained what happened to his brother, he talked about how he got in trouble afterwards as like a preteen and a teenager, and how he kind of like turned his life around and is working for the same place that you know, told him that he didn't have to go down that wrong path, which I thought was so nice, and he seemed so sweet, and we were like, oh my gosh, like, this is it, this is him. And he was just kind of like showing his true colors afterwards.
He just was really... I don't know if I'd say full of himself, but very cocky, and just kept saying throughout the night that, you know, Rachel's his wife, and, you know, everybody can leave, and, you know, a lot of the men, even the girls, they sometimes joke like that, but he was just, like, taking it a little too far.
He reminded me of Olivia from Ben's season, that she was just like so convinced that she was it, and they were gonna be together, and like that was, you know, dead
You know
and
what
done.
I mean? He's had a rough life, so, you know, I'll give him a break, and...
See how it goes. Okay, Kenny is next.
Kenny.
He is a wrestler and a father, and he is 35 years old. He was like one of the first little clips was shown of the guys, and he like kind of took me off guard because I was like, oh my god, look at the wrestler, like jeez. And but he seemed like really nice and like silly with his daughter.
Yeah.
And I think he's just like an all-around good guy.
Yeah, he's
Like,
so sweet and
Yeah.
just...
he's not like overly confident. He's not...
He knows that, yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of is like, he knows he's a good catch, but he's not out saying it.
Right. He's not looking in the camera like, but look at me. Like, how could she not want this? He's just like, oh, well, we'll see how it goes, but I feel a connection. Like, that sort of thing. Like, love Kenny.
I love Kenny, too. Next is Kyle, and the only thing that I have and he's 26. But the only thing that I have on him is that he came out with something about buns.
Yeah, he had.
Like-
Yeah, I wrote down bun pun because
Yeah, that's what I have.
it's like show me buns. And I was like, ha. That was it. That was the whole thing. Lee is next. He is 30. He came out of the limo like with a guitar and he was singing to her. And I was like, ooh, maybe friend zone. Like that's kind of like my first thoughts when
The sweet country boy.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if she'll really go for that. But the previews showed that he might be a little trouble. So we were like, I don't know how to feel about him at this point.
Next is Lucas, and he is
my
30.
gosh.
And oh my.
I can't
God.
take it.
I have down here crazy waboom. Too much. Can't watch. Need to turn away. This guy was seriously so obnoxious.
I just like needs to go. Like
Yeah.
I was like, what is he doing? Like the whole boom, like, and he just like shakes his face, and I'm like, he does this
like,
the
shakes
whole
his-
time.
Shakes his face.
People,
He's like,
yeah, people are literally calling him Waboom because he did it the whole time. Like he doesn't have a name anymore.
Yeah, he's
She
Waboom.
thought it was funny though. But I think that maybe she'll get tired of it in the next couple
Yeah.
episodes, definitely.
I mean, they gotta keep somebody around like that, right? Next is Matt, and he's 32, and he came in with a penguin suit.
It was very cute the way he kind of tied, like, she likes penguins, and he's like, oh, and you find your soulmate, you know, like,
Yeah.
I think that was really cute.
That's cute, but he kind of seemed uncomfortable, but I mean, I guess in a penguin suit, meeting somebody for the first time, you're not gonna be very comfortable.
Yeah, but, I don't know how long he'll stay, but I thought that he was nice.
And then there's Michael, who's 26, and I don't really know anything about him, but
He said something about a brownie. Like, that was it.
No. Next after Michael is Milton, and he's 31, and this guy was so weird. He purred.
A lot.
Purred. Like,
He kept doing it, too. She's like, that's not my thing.
yeah. She's like, first time, I'll let it go. Second time, okay. And then she's like, no, this is his thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not mine. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was like cringe. Like I couldn't.
No.
Too much. Next is
Mo.
Mohit. Mohit. Mohit.
Mohit?
I don't know.
They were calling him Mo.
Yeah. His.
He's
age-
26. I just cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can go.
No. I have that he's a family guy. But that's all I know about him. He likes his family. They like to dance.
Yeah, he said he was like a Bollywood dancer, and that's like all I got, really.
The next one is Peter. And I thought he was really sweet. He's 30 years old. He came out and, you know, I have that he comforted her. You know, asked her how she was doing.
Yeah. He was the first one out of the limo. And he's from Wisconsin. But that's it. I don't know how to feel about him. I think that we got just like a taste of who he is, and I'm not so sure like what else there is. So it's kind of something you have to like watch to find out.
So the next is Rob, and he's 29, and I know
nothing.
nothing.
I have nothing down. I think he had glasses.
But he doesn't
He
hear.
doesn't in his picture, so
I
I think
sorry,
that was
Rob.
him. Yeah.
Next is Will, and he's 28, and he seems funny.
He had like he did like this thing where he came out like a nerd kind of, and then like went back in the limo and came back out, and I didn't know how to feel about it. Like it was different, so
Well, have you ever seen the show Family Matters?
Yeah, I know what he was doing. I didn't know why he went that route.
Okay, so we're going to tell you who we thought she would pick. Just some of the picks, who I chose, who she chose, and then a couple of maybes.
Yeah, we're not so sure about them yet.
So I said she would pick Brian, Demario, Kenny, and Dean, which she did.
I said she would pick Blake E., Brian, Dean, Demario, and Kenny. And, yeah, she did so far.
My pick was Kenny and Peter, and I have Lee down here, but after seeing the clips, I'm thinking maybe not so much.
Yeah. I have Alex down. Brian I really liked. Kenny, of course. And, I did have down Lee and Matt. But I'm not so sure. I turned them into maybes.
My maybes were Diggy, Blake, and Will.
I had a lot of maybes, just because there were a couple that you kind of, got to see, but kind of not. Anthony was a maybe. Blake K was a maybe. Diggy and Fred. I think I'm gonna like Fred a lot. Jack, Jedediah. Not so sure about Josiah because he was one of my picks, but then I had to change it because I was like, oh, I don't know. And that's pretty much it.
So the people, we'll just say who got the boot.
Yes.
This Monday. Okay, so Blake K got the boot.
Yep.
Which he was the one with the parents who stayed together for 65 years.
I actually hope to see him in Paradise because he was talking about how he wants to find the right girl, and I was
he
like,
was really sweet. I mean, he's got good role models, right? I mean,
right.
The next out was Grant,
which that was the one we didn't really have a lot of information on anyway.
And poor Jedediah, he got the boot. You don't get the time, you don't get the girl. Next, that was out, was Kyle.
The
buns. And Michael.
Brownie guy.
And Milton.
Oh my goodness. He started crying, and we were like, oh, that's kind of sad, because we're like, oh,
so emotional.
And then he says, I didn't even get to wear some of my outfits. And I'm like, what?
He was like, I bought so many outfits, and I didn't get to wear them, and there were outfits I wanted to wear, and I'm like, that's such a girl. Okay, and the next one that got the boot was Mo. He got Mo.
They didn't really talk, and it's kind of weird.
I don't know. Last one that was out.
Rob.
Who got the boot. Who's Rob?
Gone. Okay.
Who we didn't even know.
Yeah. We didn't realize he was there, so it's fine. So that's our picks, and I really don't know what to expect from this season. I think Rachel is amazing, obviously. I don't know anyone who didn't want her to be Bachelorette. And I'm just really excited to see, what comes of these guys, because right now I don't really know what to think.
Yeah,
but
we don't really know a lot of them.
But, hopefully she just finds somebody, and we're going to be doing these every week to kind of see if we're right on our little guesses or
and kind of recapping. There's gonna be a lot of drama, so if you watch, stay tuned.
Yeah, that was crazy. Lee looks like a troublemaker. Kenny's eye was bleeding. It just looked like a lot of man fights, Which happens way too often for no reason.
A lot of testosterone.
Yeah, a lot of testosterone in that house.
Well, we hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up.
Comment below who you liked, who you think's
Subscribe.
gonna make it. Subscribe.
Yeah, no. Let us know your picks, because we would love to know who you guys like
Yeah.
and who you don't like. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.